he was almost the best archer in the whole nation, and that there was only one saint who could beat him. So he decided to challenge that saint to a contest. But when he saw the saint, he almost changed his mind. That was only a frail old man coming onto the field. But he had vowed to prove that he was the best. So the two contestants stood side by side, the young man smiling confidently at the old saint. Then, young man proceeded to demonstrate remarkable technical proficiency by hitting a distant bull's eye on his first try, and then splitting that arrow with his second shot. There, he said to the old saint. See if you can match that. Unconcerned, the saint did not draw his bow, but instead motioned for the young archer to follow him up a mountain path. Curious, the champion followed, and all the observers dutifully followed along. They then walked up the mountain trail for a long while until they finally reached a deep chasm spanned by a single thin log high above a raging river. Calmly stepping out onto the log, the saint picked a faraway tree, drew his bow, and fired a clean direct hit. He hit right on the spot, and then he said to the young archer as he gracefully stepped back onto the safe ground, "Now it's your turn." Staring with terror down into the abyss, the young man could not force himself to step onto the log, not to mention shoot at a target. The young man was disappointed and accepted his defeat. The saint then said to the young archer, "So, you have gained control over the bow and arrow, but you still do not have control over your mind, which is necessary to hit the target under any circumstances. So, as long as there is a desire to learn in a man, his knowledge increases. But when the ego of being the best comes in him, then his downfall starts. You must always keep these words in mind." The young man hung his head in shame. He realized that his knowledge of archery worked only in favorable circumstances. Still have much to learn. He immediately apologized to the saint for his arrogance. He vowed to always learn as a disciple and not to boast about his knowledge in the future. After the story, my dear brothers and sisters, allow me to share with you some takeaway lessons. Life is not a bed of roses. There are always ups and downs. Whether we are in fair or adverse situations, we all need to control our mind. As the young archer realized that his knowledge of archery worked only in favorable circumstances, he was far from being the greatest. As long as there is a desire to learn in him, his knowledge increases. But when the ego of being the best comes in him, then his downfall starts. Humility plays a very important role. It determines whether you can be the best or not. In everyone's life, we all have to face difficult times sooner or later. It requires a healthy and calm mind to get through many a challenge. Face it, accept it, deal with it, and let it go. Acceptance is important. Staying calm, wise, and humble is even more important. Change what we can change and be realistic about what we cannot change in our life. This will maintain our positivity. In our temple, Tao has been teaching us to always say good words, think good thoughts, do good deeds, and be a decent human being. We are learning to nurture our humility and compassion so we can control our mind. Those who are humble and compassionate will always be optimistic. They will be sensible and conscious about their feelings, about impact of their words and action on others. They will be focused on others' needs and feelings too, very responsive and ready to show empathy to others, either in fair or adverse situations. Therefore, Tao cultivators stay calm and wise in dealing with any crisis, at the same time encouraging others to live a better life. Then altogether we let our true nature gain in control. Stay calm and wise. I think this is what makes a person really, really great. Okay, that's all for the story today. I want to say thank you to Mr. Sukhdev Singh for letting me narrate his story. For all the mistakes I have made, I beg God's and Buddha's mercy and forgiveness. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you so much, Max Lin Changshu, for such a beautiful way of narrating you have. You know, today I was like not listening the story like seems like I was watching a movie. Such a expression was too good. The expression you used to narrate the story, the pitch level, the when the voice should go up and the voice should go down. We are very much perfect, I believe. I think today seems like watching a movie really. And earlier I used to love to listen his stories, but today I delighted, very much delighted in listening your the story narrated by you. And I think Mr. Sukhdev Singh must be very happy after listening the story by your voice. Maybe he is not able to speak up, but I think today his health has become more better after listening your voice. Such a nice way you have to narrate the stories. Thank you so much for narrating the his stories, and I believe that